Good morning! Halika, magkape tayo. Welcome to the morning coffee with Father Jerry. Our text for today's reflection comes from the book of chapter 13 verses 31 to 36. It says, "At that time, some Pharisees came to Jesus and said to him, 'Leave this place and go somewhere else. Herod wants to kill you.' He replied, 'Go and tell that fox, I will keep on driving out demons and healing people today and tomorrow, and on the third day I will reach my goal. In any case, I must press on today and tomorrow and the next day, for surely no prophet can die outside of Jerusalem. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, you who kill the prophets and stone those sent to you. How often I have longed to gather your children together, as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, and you were not willing. Look, your house is left to you to desolate. I tell you, you will not see me again until you say, Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord.'" Thus far is the reading of today's gospel reflection. What is it for us? What is God's message for us today? There are two important things Jesus wants us to know. He's teaching us two very important things based on the gospel today. Number one, it's about the Pharisees. He's telling us through this text today that not all Pharisees are angry at him. Oh, yes, totoo yun. Some people might see the whole relationship with Jesus and the Pharisees and the rest of the Jewish community, their elders. We might be misled to think that Jesus has always been turned down and rejected by the Pharisees themselves. Iba't ibang categories kasi ang mga Pharisees according to their own ways of expressing things, especially things that connects them to the law, the 5 books of Moses, and the Jewish laws. So here on the first insight of the text just read, very clear sa atin na hindi lahat ng mga Jewish people are angry with Jesus. There were some who really are listening and following to him, or following him, hindi to him. And that's the first part of the gospel today. Some Pharisees, some elders of the synagogue are warning him, huwag kang magpapakita kay Herod. Wanted ka ni Herod. Huwag kang magpapakita dyan dahil he wants to kill you. Although ang kaniyang sagot ay may pagka-joke ang dating. Oh, really? That Fox. Fox is a symbol, is a symbolism of something, ano ba, cruel or cruelty. Fox is a symbol of, I forgot the meaning of that, na clever, smart, etc. Anyway, so he used the term fox to describe he wrote in the gospel today. Second thing is about Jerusalem. His feelings, he expressed his feeling of sadness, mourning, sorrow about Jerusalem this time. Seeing Jerusalem at this point of time was, sabihin natin, hindi nakakatuwa, nakakatuwa. I don't know kung tama yung Tagalog ko to Jesus. Maybe this point of time, sobrang hilang traffic. Maybe this time, dahil sa chaos ng mga tao surrounding Jerusalem, they come and go. Because this time Jerusalem was the center of no longer just religion. This time Jerusalem was the center of commerce, development, culture, but more importantly, yung center of religion or spirituality. So, when ang nakatutok sa mind ni Jesus, parang naging commercial, naging mundane tingin niya. He was sad, he was in sorrow, looking at Jerusalem because until this point of time, Jerusalem is supposed to be the center of religion, city of God, is now changing to materialism. And more importantly, this time, ang nakita ni Jesus about Jerusalem ay until this point of time, they continued rejecting Him. And they continued taking Him for granted. Yung kanilang mga desire, yung kanilang mga longings, yung kanilang mga expectations of the coming of the Messiah ay parang totally disregarded na. So, he was sad to know about it. Na Jerusalem is supposed to be the city of God is becoming now a marketplace. So, hindi siya natutuwa doon. In fact, yun na nga, the term is lament of Jesus over Jerusalem. He was not happy. In fact, he was saddened, and he expresses himself in sadness looking at the city of Jerusalem. Maraming reasons, pero ang nakita kong pinakamahalagang rason is that Jerusalem becomes now a place by which he himself, the long-awaited Savior, Messiah, until this point of time, was still being rejected by the people in Jerusalem. That's it. What is God's message to us today through these texts? Number one, Jesus was insistent on his ministry to be continued. He insisted that in front of these people who gave him a warning, he insisted in continuing, in proclaiming the good news to the last, the least, and the lost in the kingdom. Alam natin, people warned him na kung pwede, tago ka muna, huwag muna. And he reacted. And his reaction is to show to us that he really was serious about continuing the work of salvation. Jesus knew that his life was in great danger, but knowing that he is God's messenger and the message itself, he insisted on doing his work, the work of salvation, more especially to those who are the least, the last, and the lost in the community of the Jewish people. Second, he is opening he is opening a way for each one of us. We may not be living, or we may not be people who belongs to Jerusalem, but God is giving us a special way, an access that we, though we do not belong to these people in Jerusalem, we can still have special access to God. In short, He is offering us a very special and intimate relationship with God. It is God initiating. It is God searching for us. It is God continuously longing to encounter with us. It is God who insisted on continuing his mission in order for him to establish the kingdom among the last, the least, and the lost. Mga kapatid, actually, this particular gospel is a reminder to all of us. The nature and that image of God, who until now continually, with all sincerity, that He wants to reach out to us. He wants to establish that intimate relationship with us. Though He wanted them, people in Jerusalem, to realize the message of love, yet people kept on turning down his message. He, people in Jerusalem kept on turning down, rejecting his invitation, his gift of that intimate relationship with God. Thus, today, it is important for us to realize through this text from St. Luke today, God until today wants to continue that conversation with his people until today, right now, in our moment. I guess that's a very important message in the gospel that I, you, all of us, we are now part and parcel of the kingdom God has established in our midst. Okay? So magandang umaga sa inyong lahat and see you tomorrow. Magandang buhay.